We're in downtown Clearwater, Florida, in the very heart of what the Scientology organization considers their spiritual headquarters. 25 years ago, Scientology came to Clearwater under the pseudonym United Churches. L. Ron Hubbard set into motion a plan called Project Normandy, a covert operation designed for the complete takeover of Clearwater.
It said move into Clearwater, find out who your friends are, develop them, find out who your enemies are, destroy them, and infiltrate every organization you can.
This is a criminal organization. They don't really care about individuals other than themselves.
Scientology's covert operations were run by the Guardian's Office, a branch of Scientology which has since been renamed the Office of Special Affairs.
FBI agents had enough evidence on the Scientologists to raid their headquarters in Los Angeles and Hollywood. They took 43,000 documents. Many of them were actually stolen from top government agencies in Washington, D.C. and elsewhere.
They infiltrated government offices and were caught at it.
Their entire top leadership was investigated, indicted, tried, and convicted, and sent to the pokey. They went to jail for this.
For over 20 years, the Clearwater Police Department actively investigated Scientology. For much of that time, the investigation was led by Ray Emmons.
We knew that there were predicate crimes. We knew that it was a continuing fraudulent enterprise. Still is to this day, as far as I'm concerned, and that's my opinion. But we shopped it around to the federal people, to the state people, and the first question always asked by a prosecutor was, will they harass me? Will they follow me?
2 years ago, when Mike Roberto became the new city manager, the investigation stopped abruptly. Roberto forged a new alliance between Scientology and the city.
No matter what they had done in the past, the one city, one future took precedence over everything, no matter what.
Shortly after the Lisa McPherson Trust opened its doors in January, Bob Minton and I had a meeting with Mike Roberto, the city manager. And we explained to him that we're in town to educate the city of Clearwater about some of the abusive and deceptive practices of Scientology. Mike Roberto's reply to us was that he had just spent 2 years getting Scientology off the front page of the newspaper, and he was not about to let us get Scientology back on the front page again. And he told us in no uncertain terms that if we caused any trouble for him or for his plans for Clearwater, he was going to get us out of town.
Roberto's embracing of Scientology brought about many changes. The police department stopped all active investigation of Scientology, and they stopped the training program that taught new recruits what Scientology is and does. Indeed, today, many in the Clearwater Police Department work for Scientology on their days off. They're out here on Watterson Street guarding these white lines. Watterson Street is a small side street shared by both Scientology and the Lisa McPherson Trust. The white lines were burned on Watterson Street a week after the trust opened, and just hours after this lengthy meeting between officials from the city, the Clearwater Police Department, and Scientology's Office of Special Affairs. You can see Mike Roberto in the white shirt walking off to the right. That night, Scientology hired the first pair of off-duty police officers, but the rules change daily.
I just want a clear, firm response from the police department on what the rules are here.
In bending over backwards to appease Scientology, Roberto and the police department created new laws on the spot that even its own officers couldn't understand.
So I can't go across the line now? No?
Even worse than the confusion over how to manage the white lines is the byproduct of the creation of this rather unique bus unloading zone. You see, now a large percentage of the Clearwater police force work directly for Scientology, and they're supposed to report to Mike Rinder, the head of the Office of Special Affairs. Again, this is the new name for the Scientology department that once broke into the FBI and the IRS, stole documents, bugged offices, and that to this very day continues to destroy the lives of those people who Scientology perceives to be the enemy. Today, Scientology perceives its #1 enemy to be the Lisa McPherson Trust.
We get calls every day from people who have been harmed by Scientology. Calls from people all over the country. People whose families have been destroyed by Scientology, women who've lost their husbands, husbands who've lost their wives, parents who've lost their children. And the only place they have to go for help anywhere in the United States is the Lisa McPherson Trust.
We of the Trust every day come down Watterson Street and see the Clearwater police officers sitting and laughing and having a great time with OSA agents. The Clearwater Police watch as the OSA agents videotape our every move. When we walk in or out of our building, the OSA agent grabs his walkie-talkie and reports on our whereabouts. Scientology PIs follow us everywhere. When a visitor comes to the Lisa McPherson Trust, the police watch as the OSA agent grabs his camera and videotapes their license plate. Those plates are run, and then our visitors are later harassed. The Clearwater Police Department doesn't seem to have a problem with this. We do.
The police officers that are sitting down there are being indoctrinated by the Scientology security officers that are sitting with them all day long.
Do we not know that this cult brainwashes people? Do we not know that these officers every day are being induced and told that the people in the Lisa McPherson Trust are enemies and criminals and we're the good guys to impressionable young officers?
And these security officers are telling them what criminals we all are, how dangerous we all are, what terrible religious bigots we are, all kinds of lies about all of us.
I want to show you some videotape shot by myself and others over the course of the past 9 months. We believe these videotapes show a clear pattern of bias against the Lisa McPherson Trust on the part of the Clearwater Police Department. This first piece of footage was shot on February 1st of the year 2000. 2 German filmmakers had asked me to come along as they shot a documentary about a famous German Scientologist artist who now lives in Clearwater. The day before, the German filmmakers had gone to the police department and asked if it was legal for them to knock on the door and ask for an interview. Wayne Shallor, the police spokesperson, assured them it was. As we headed back to our cars, a man ran out of the house with a hammer.
See that camera? What if I smash that fucker for you? Oh, I'll smash it. You better go. I called the cops. Get the fuck out of here.
Is this?
Get the fuck out of here.
You're on the public?
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm on the public property too. You wanna start some shit with me?
Hey.
How do you like that?
The man's name was Richard Barnard, and he claimed to be an electrician doing some work inside the house. Barnard struck the camera twice with a hammer and once with a screwdriver. But even more unsettling than the attack from Barnard was the reaction of the Clearwater Police Department.
Police is coming.
The first to arrive on the scene was Officer Terrence Kelly. According to recently released documents, Kelly is one of the police officers who works for Scientology on his days off.
My English not so good. That's okay. Why? Can you explain?
Yes, these are German documentary filmmakers who are here shooting a film about Scientology. They've had several documentaries that have been produced already. They're trying to get an interview with the person in this house here. These 2 gentlemen, and I came along just to videotape to make sure that nothing happened.
Good afternoon.
Excuse me?
You've been up on...
Yeah, I work for the Lisa McPherson Trust. These fellas came into town and just asked me to come along as backup.
have everybody's ID.
Okay.
Oh, he attacked us. I want to make a report. What's that? He attacked us with a hammer. He made like this.
Yeah, he did. He hit the camera.
So let me see everybody's ID. Driver's license, ID card. What do we got?
There you go.
Thank you.
Now in a moment I'm going to turn off the video camera after Officer Kelly expresses some concern about it continuing to run. In fact, Officer Kelly was more concerned about my video camera than he was about the hammer attack. After I turned off the camera, Officer Kelly told me it's a felony to record people's voices without their permission. In fact, he threatened to arrest me for the footage you just saw.
You still videotaping that?
I told Kelly once again that a man attacked us with a hammer and that I had the whole incident on videotape and I could roll it back and show it to him.
Oh, I'll smash it. You better go. I called the cops.
His response to me was a question. Did you inform that gentleman with the hammer that you were recording audio? If not, that's a felony.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm on the public property too. You wanna start some shit with me?
The next